Hello and welcome. Sorry for that delay. I wanted to put up that tripod. Hello and welcome to a taste challenge. I did a taste challenge for these two products early this morning, but then somebody was watching said the audio sounded screwed up. So I was like, oh, really? So I checked the playback after, and it was. Don't know what caused that. I hope it's not going to keep happening. But I did do a live stream hangout earlier for Stout Sunday, and they told me my audio was crackerjack. I restarted the computer, maybe something to do with that. Okay, so I have WD Liquors distilled rum imported from the Caribbean islands. WD Winn-Dixie established 1955, owned by Aldi since 2024. Wide World Importers. They say light rum because it's a light color, meaning no color, it's clear. With 40% alcohol. All right, it only comes in these bottles. I'll do a screen share for you. Well, we'll do that in a minute. Here's Pontalba. Ron Pontalba, introduced in 1989, also from Wide World Importers, division of Sazerac Company, from the Caribbean islands, again. I bought this liter bottle at Ricky's in Kenner, Louisiana, and it was $6.99. So if you hear my audio, if the audio sounds all right, let me know. All right. Of course, I can check it after, but we'd like it to be good. Usually the mic is pretty nice. Get a cream colored head, cream, and various tropical colors. This replaced two previous rums, Pontalba rum and Old Superior rum, which may reappear at any, well, obviously Pontalba rum is not going to replace Ron Pontalba. It's the same thing. It's just a different way of expressing it. But Old Superior could show up, Sazerac, they kind of shadowy, so they might have something that's supposedly discontinued, but it may reappear at any moment. You can never know with those guys. All right. There is a new Blue Moon light beer, but I have not tried it. I could get it for $9.99 a six-pack. Yeah, I might force myself to do that, although I'd rather find one of the big cans, a single or something. All right, screen share time. So WD Liquors, it's a 59.2 ounce bottle or 1.75 liters. We are in America, so we say 59.2 ounces. $12.99. I paid $13.99. I thought I was getting a good deal. Then I got it for $1 cheaper. But with all the inflation going on, I thought it was going to be going up in price, not down. Go up, not down. This product is only available in store while quantities last. Well, yeah, it's only available at Winn-Dixie since that's who it's made for, private label. But you can't get it at curbside. You can't just, like you can order all the groceries curbside, but this one you got to go in the store and buy it. I don't know if that applies to all rums. I would assume so. Let's check. Any spirits. Tito's, there's another more popular vodka. I see it now, in-store only. Yeah, so it's got to be a state law that you can't have this stuff delivered or you can't do it curbside. Yeah, okay, fine. Pontalba rum. That's a photo of the Pontalbans in New Orleans, Louisiana. North and south of the French Quarter's Jackson Square. So These hug Jackson Square. And that elaborate grill work, you see the iron work, that has an abbreviation on it, which you can't see. It's too far away. But if you get close enough, if you're down on the street, you can see that it says AP on each side of the balcony. AP in cursive. And I'll AP stands for right now. These are very expensive apartments. They were built in 1850. 1850. There's a view from the balcony down onto the square. Another view. This would be the interior bedroom. You know, so it's very beautiful hardwood floors. Got that mirror unmounted. That's not a good selling point. But you see, there it is. Interestingly, these are owned by the state of Louisiana. So it's public housing. Maybe the most expensive public housing in America, but I've been seeing those all my life. All right, let's get on to it. So here we are on Sunday, and Luling has no gold rum, WD, and then my store has no light rum, WD, because Saturday night people hit the store and they wiped them out. You know what's going to happen on a Friday and a Saturday night. People are going to hit those grocery stores. Well, here we don't have really liquor stores. We have grocery stores, and they just wipe it out. So I'm sure Monday morning they'll restock it. Michael Stevens says, hey, Ron, hello to you, Michael. Cheers. NC Theo says, cheers, Jay. Just watch your Samuel Smith review on anti-war. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that bottle was way out of date. Wasn't a bad flavor, though. It didn't taste bad, but it was so woefully flat and old. You know, it just, we didn't want to post it on the, we decided not to post it on the main channel because it just wasn't fair. Probably shouldn't have posted it at all, honestly. All right. Didn't make me sick either. Sugarcane stalk sweetness. Sugarcane stalk sweetness. They both smell like they're going to be very dry. Taste. There's some sweetness, but it's predominantly dry. If you want to say crisp, yeah, okay, it's crisp. If you like super sweet rums, these are probably definitely not going to suit you. They're dry. They're not too sweet. Okay, but well made. You say, no. You can't get something so cheap and it tastes good. Well, I'm sorry, but you can. $6.99 a liter tastes fine. $12.99 for this jug bottle. Tastes fine. Is it amazing? Well, I don't know what amazing rum tastes like. I never really had an amazing rum. Bacardi is pretty amazing. Bacardi Superior. I love that stuff. But this is good stuff. Solid all the way. Yeah. Same thing. Sugarcane, grassy sugarcane stalks, a little bit of sweetness, dry finish. They're both imported from the Caribbean islands, which means definitely not Puerto Rico or the U.S. Virgin Islands, which wouldn't be an import. They're U.S. territories. Well, Puerto Rico's a commonwealth, which would be similar to what they used to have in the British Empire, dominions, semi-independent countries. but they now called realms because they changed the law where the British had no control over them. Only King Charles is the king, but the British Parliament has no input in their government. Like Canada had the Canada Constitution Act of 1982, 42 years ago, which took away the British Parliament's right to legislate for Canada. But anyway, in Puerto Rico, the United States can still legislate for Puerto Rico in certain cases, but they're generally self-governing interiorly, in the inside for Puerto Rican matters, you see. Now, could Puerto Rico choose to become totally independent, a republic? They could with their own president, but they don't want to do that. They want to stay the way they are. And U.S. Virgin Islands, I don't know if they have that option to vote on that. It's kind of like a French colony, Mayotte Island in the Indian Ocean right off of Africa. The French said, we're going to let y'all go free. Y'all can be your own country now. And then Mayotte Island was like, we don't want to go free. We never asked for this. We want to stay French. So they were like, okay. So, and the rest of the islands, the Comoro Islands, became their own country. But the Mayotte said no. And they're still French territory. It's kind of interesting, huh? All right, anyway, and then some of those territories that became independent, then they regretted it later, and they were like, hey, Portugal, could you come back and pay for everything in Africa? And Portugal was like, no. We can come help you because we have investments there. But we're not going to come pay for everything. You had that chance. You were a Portuguese territory, but no, that wasn't good enough. You had to go free. Well, you got freedom, and then you couldn't afford anything, and then you're going to come poor mouthing to us about you want support, which you had before, and we didn't really control you in a large extent. But anyway, back to these rums. Look, I asked these people on the telephone, I said, look, do y'all sometimes take the same product? And I said, I was talking about bourbon. Do y'all take the same bourbon and just put it under different labels? Oh, the lady got indignant. She said, no, we never do that. She said, each of our bourbons has an individual recipe. And she was getting kind of aggravated. I was like, okay, I was just asking, because it seemed like you could do that, take the same rum and put, well, this is WD. We send that over there. That's Pontalba. She said, oh, no way. I said, okay. But she said for bourbon, though. But she said for bourbon. She didn't say, we were talking about bourbon specifically. She didn't say for rum. Do they taste the same? They really do, honestly. But all right. Let's say every one of their products is different. I would take no issue with that. I'm not going to accuse them of lying or anything. Okay, fine. Everything's different. But let's think about what the differences could be. It might be the most minuscule difference. Like, oh, this one's 99.9% this kind of sugar. This one's 99.8. And you say, well, that's 9.9, 9.8. It's different. It is different technically. So it could be some kind of technical difference, but it might, in a practical sense, be the same. But I'm not accusing them of that. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't even know if they're from the same islands. This one might be from Trinidad and Tobago, and this one might be from, this one might be from Trinidad, and that one might be from Tobago, because it's two islands in one country. Although they don't get along too well, really. But it's like Antigua and Barbuda. They're always like fussing with each other, even though it's the same country. a federation. But they may as well be the same. If they're not the same, fine, but they may as well be, because I can't tell them apart. I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot tell them apart, and I'm not gonna attempt it. I'm not gonna try to guess and then I get it right. Oh, look, I got it right. I know my stuff. No, 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 no. I can't tell them apart. They taste the same to me. I like both. I think they're both quality products. I would recommend both, but I cannot tell them apart, and I'm not going to attempt to. So I'm going to call this a tie. I call it a tie. I got it. The first one I got right. The second taste challenge I got wrong, and this one I'm going to tie it. So I got a win, a loss, and a draw. Win, loss, and tie. Hey, Sazerac products are very similar one to another. Go buy, try me out, test me out. Go buy 10 different Buffalo Trace bourbons. I mean, assuming they're all the same proof. Like if you get some 80 proofs, get them all 80 proof, or get a bunch of 90 proofs because they got a bunch of those. But make them similar, 80 proof, 90 proof, whatever. But it's easy to get 80. Get all these Buffalo Trace. Start doing blind taste tests. You'll notice something. You'll be like, how come these all taste the same? Right. But then you might question yourself, but why did I pay $20 more for this one? And that one is $10 or $20 less, but it tastes the same. Right. But I'm not targeting them. I'm not targeting them because go get a bunch of Jim Beam Distilling Company products. Are they really that different? You tell me, are they really that different? Have you ever made grog? No, I never had grog. Diversity for Israel says grog is made up of rum, brown sugar, lime, water to fill it. Well, I've had rum. I've had brown sugar. I've had a lime slice. And I've had water. But not necessarily in unison, so no. But I can imagine what that would taste like. And I think I would probably like that. Okay, so to close this out, sugar and sugarcane stalks, sugar and grass. Yeah, same. This might be a little more grassy, a little grassier. So I can't tell them apart. Let's see which is which. That's the Winn-Dixie, WD Liquors. I mean, I might have guessed that. See, I don't even know which one I would have guessed. So that being said, would I recommend either one of them? Well, yes, I'd recommend both. And I wouldn't even give a tepid recommendation. I'll give a strong recommendation. Not saying they're amazing. I'm not saying, oh, you just got to find these. You just won't believe it. I'm pretty sure you'll believe it. They'll taste like rum. And they're, on the ordinary end. But to be fair, they're cheap. $12.99 and $6.99. $12.99 for this jug bottle, $6.99 for a liter. Secondly, they don't taste any worse than, say, Castillo Silver, Ronrico Silver Label. That's two good examples right there. Ronrico, Castillo, Palo Viejo. I think Palo Viejo is very similar with the grassy stalks, sugarcane stalks. Aristocrat, yeah, that might probably fit into that category. That's 4 right there. Now, of course, Aristocrat's very cheap. Ronrico and Castillo are a little higher grade on price, but really they don't taste any better. They're not bad, but they don't taste any. Well, obviously they're not bad. They don't taste any worse or better. They're just like in the mix. So you say, what about Captain Morgan White? Captain Morgan White rum? Well, I guess it might be a little bit better. but you're going to pay a whole lot more. You hear what I said? You're going to pay this much more, but it might be a little bit better. So that's up to you. You want to pay this much more and it's a little bit better, you do that. I did not. I got a coupon. They had a $5 discount, mail in. So I mailed in the rebate minus the 55-cent stamp, whatever the stamps cost in. So $4.45 rebate. But yeah, so I got it instead of $19, I got it for $14.45. But now it probably costs even more. I think Captain Morgan White is probably in the 20s now. These are still the same. These are the current prices. So yeah, it's just about buying them and trying them and see what happens. Baja Trading Limited says hello from Trinidad. Well, hello to you. I was just talking about Trinidad and Tobago. Urjo says Ron Rio, not Ron Rico, is the most infamous. Oh yeah, my taste challenges, Ron Rio from McCormick. That's from the Caribbean islands also. Man, that thing was ghastly at first. But you know, that was kind of like the like after it breathed a little bit, I got down in the bottle, it kind of improved. It did improve. Still wouldn't buy it again. Oh wow, that stuff. Whew, that was $6.99 a liter. But you had to buy 2 liters. Oh, I know what the deal was. It was $5.99 if you bought 2 liters of the same product. And I went to that liquor store, and that actually is a liquor store in Louisiana, a rarity. I said, well, can I buy one of each, like the Ron Rio and the Clubhouse? It's still 2 bottles, same size, and get them for the, oh no. She said, oh no, you got to buy 2 of the same. And I was like, but they both the same deal. Why couldn't I mix and match? Oh no, they don't. Oh no, you can't do that. I was like, all right. So I paid an extra $1 for both. But now if you go to international market, I did that same thing. I had the spiced blackberry rum and the regular blackberry, not blackberry rum, blackberry brandy, LaRue blackberry brandy and LaRue spiced blackberry brandy. A great deal they had. You had to buy 2 though. You had to buy 2 to get the deal. I said, well, can I mix and match? And she looked at it. Oh yeah, that doesn't matter. They don't care. They're trying to sell it, trying to get rid of it. I said, okay. So I bought both, brought them to my daughter. She loved them. They're gone, especially that spiced blueberry. Spiced blackberry. That was really good. Oh man. All right. Anyway, Baja in Trinidad says we have some of the best rum in the world. I believe that. Good morning, Jay, says Jaime Torres. Well, it's not morning time here. It's afternoon. Urjo says, sometimes I fantasize about starting a liquor importing company. Okay. All right, Urjo. Baja says, Angostura single barrel aged. Excellent. That's beyond me, Don't buy boarhead lunch meat. It's on recall. Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Boars, yeah, I know about that. It's on the news every day. All right. So a tie. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie.